In this video, we're going to learn about how to figure out the syntax of a formula. And the word syntax just means the structure of the formula. So as an example, let's take a look at a very simple function, the sum function. So if we type equals sum, we can press the tab key and that starts our function here. In the formula bar, you'll see that it's blank after the parenthesis because we haven't entered any information yet. However, down here it shows you the formula and then each of the arguments. And when they're in square brackets like number 2, that means it's an optional argument. So we want to sum up number 1, number 2, etc. Everything within those parentheses will then be added together. Another way we can do that is we can click here on this f of x button on the formula bar, and it will show us the function arguments. So here it says number 1, so let's say that's number 10. Number 2 would be 20, and number 3, let's use, say, 5. And down here, it shows us the result of that function. Now, of course, in addition to typing in numbers here, we could reference cells, and the values that those cells contain would be used in this calculation. At the bottom part here, it tells you what the function does, and it tells you what each of these specific numbers or arguments do in the function. So let's look at another function that has a little bit more complexity to it. If we choose the rank.average function, AVG, and click this f of x button, you can see that the first argument it asks for is the specific number. Number is the number for which you want to find the rank. And then it tells us right above that this function returns the rank of a number in a list of numbers, its size relative to the other values in the list. If there's more than one that has the same rank, then the average rank is returned. So here, let's choose this cell, C6, and let's choose the reference as C6 through C10, and then the order, which here you'll notice it's not bold, and if I were to click out here, it would be in square brackets. Order is an optional value, and it can either be 0 or omitted, or it can rank in ascending value, which is anything that's not 0. So you could put a 1 or whatever number you wanted. In this case, we're going to leave it as 0, and then we will click OK. Now there's nothing that's returned because these values don't exist. But if I choose 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 here, you'll see that number 10, which was the one we were ranking, is the first in that list. If we change this to a non-zero value, you'll see it's 5th in the list because now it's the largest. If we switch this back to a 0, we can change this number now instead of 10 to 5, and you'll see that it's the 5th item in that list because 5 is now the lowest of those 5 numbers. If we change it back to 10, it goes back to being number 1 as the highest. But the important part of this video is not learning this particular function, but rather being able to see how you can see the specific syntax or structure of each function, and how Excel shows you what each of those things means. Additionally, if you click this Help on this function button, you can get other help online. To show you what that looks like, I've clicked the link here, and it takes you to Microsoft's support page to show you exactly the description, the syntax, some remarks, and it even goes through an example here. You can copy these things and put them into a new Excel worksheet by following these instructions. So in addition to this video, you can also use the video about how to use search engines to help you as you learn new functions.